Welcome, everybody. Nice to see you. Friday lunchtime. Weather is a bit overcast, but we've had some amazing weather the last few days, so we can't complain too much. Let's get on. Let's do a bit of spinning. So today's session, it's what we're going to try and do. It's a bit more of a aerobic workout. So rather than anaerobic, we're actually going to try and work at a decent tempo all the way through. Not much in the way of recovery and resting, and we'll see how it all goes. So get your legs moving, we'll get warmed up, we'll get tied in, and away we go. That's it. Nice and steady. Spin those legs. Nice and easy to start off with. So we do a little bit of a warm up, then we go straight into the blocks. We're going to be working around 80 RPM. So we're sort of working at tempo pace right the way through. So you set your resistance up so it's a reasonably comfortable, but you are having to work. And you'll be doing that throughout the period of time. And we will do 45 seconds at 80 RPM. And then we're going to do 15 seconds where we're going to crank it up and take it to 100 to 120 RPM. And then back down to 80 RPM. We're doing that for 5 minutes. And then we're going to go into another block where, again, we keep at the 80 RPM right the way through. And for 15 seconds, you'll be on your feet and spinning it out. And then we're going to do some single leg work as well. So we will work our way through the session. If you just come up onto your feet, just stretch your glutes and your hammies out a little bit. Nice end to the week, this. Just a little spin. There we go. And put your hands onto your drops or out of the front if you like. Just stretch yourself a little bit further. It's actually still quite warm, even though it's overcast. So make sure you've got plenty of fluid, so you're hydrating yourself and keeping yourself at a good temperature to work at. So you might need a bit of ventilation in your room, or if you're lucky enough to be outside, then hopefully you'll be okay. And drop back down. That's good. Just spin those legs. As I say, we're going to go into the first block. So 5 minutes, so it's a 5 times 1 minute session. Each minute will consist of 45 seconds at 80 RPM. And then we're going to do 15 seconds where we really push it to 100, 120 RPM. But we're not going to drop below 80 RPM throughout that period of time. So revolutions per minute, just so you've got a gauge. Currently I'm sort of looking at about 60 RPM. So it's one revolution, one full cycle of my foot. Every second would be 60 RPM. So we will take it up to 80 in, about 10 seconds time. And then we're going to work off the 80 RPM and take it up to 100, 120. So 3, 2, 1. So you can see there's a change in speed in my legs. Make sure you've got a nice bite on there so you're working reasonably hard. And you will start glowing and possibly sweating relatively quickly because of the temperature that we've got outside, and also the objective of the session, which is working aerobically, so a bit of a fat burner and with some little pulses in there. So keep it going nice and steady. We're trying not to drop below this 80 RPM throughout the whole of the session. So if you've got a gauge on your bike to show you your revolutions per minute, then fantastic, you can see exactly that. So now we're going to go up to 100. So change that speed. So it's 100 to 120 RPM. So we should be working a little bit quicker for this 15 seconds. And then drop it back down to 80. So we're taking it back down to 80 RPM. So there is no easy bit in this. It's a continuation of working at this tempo. So keep breathing nice and steady. Anything like me, you'll be feeling warm already. We've only been going just over 5 minutes and you should be quite warm now. If you're not, increase your resistance or change the gearing so it's a little bit harder. Though you should be able to hold some kind of conversation, you shouldn't be able to do it easily. And 2, 1, take it up to 100. And back down to 80. So we're not dropping right off. We don't sort of fall off the edge of the cliff. We actually keep it going quite hard. It's quite a relentless session, this one, but it's good in terms of building up your aerobic fitness on the bike. If you want to get more comfortable and drop into a more of an aerodynamic position, you can do, or you can sit up. If you want it to be a little bit easier on your diaphragm. It's good. And in 5 seconds, take it up to 100 to 120. Let's go. So crank it up again. That's good. Nice work. And back down to 80. For any of you that were with us on Wednesday for the circuit class, I did mention I was trying out the Bodmin Skyline, which is about a 17-mile run across Bodmin Moor, and it was a ridiculously hot day, and I said that I would mention it on Friday once I'd returned. Well, I am here. I'm still in one piece, but it was hard work. It was very hard work. You navigate the route you're on yourself. There's nothing set out. And take it up to 100, 120. So the legs were tired yesterday, but they seem to have recovered now, which is good. And we managed to get ourselves around in just over and back down to 80 in just over 3 hours 40, which is reasonably respectable for that. For the terrain and the height, because you go over the highest points in Cornwall as you go across Routor and Bramwilly and various other tours along the way. So that was my day. Keep yourselves going. We've got one more set on this. Keeping it at 80 RPM, don't let it drop. And take it up again. It's a really good one for your fitness, this. Working aerobically right the way through. That constant racing a little bit of a pulse every 45 seconds. And drop it back down. We've got one more of these. Don't take it below 80 RPM. Keep that power at the same level. So we're looking for consistency. Excellent. And in 10 seconds, we do the final pulse. 2, 1, and take it up again. And back down to 80. So we're not having a rest phase at all. We're now moving into 45 seconds seated at 80 RPM. And then for 15 seconds, we keep the same speed, but we just go to our feet. for 15 seconds, then we drop back down. But nothing changes. We don't get a recovery. We don't sit about working at sort of 50 or 60 RPM, taking drinks. We're actually going all the way through on here. And in 5 seconds, 2, 1, up you come. So keep it going. We don't change that speed. All we're doing is getting out of the saddle. Drop back down and keep it going. Make sure you're taking fluid on board. Because this is a warm one. And in 5, up you come. And back down. Try not to stop pedaling when you sit. Just keep it going, flowing all the way through. And get ready to go up. 2, 1, and up you come. Keep that same speed. And down. A couple more of these. Hopefully you've been enjoying all these classes that we've been delivering. I think we're almost up to about 50 on our playlist. Obviously go and check out anything you like. They're all available anytime. We will continue for the next couple of weeks until we reach the end of term. And then we'll take a little break during the summer holidays and come back with all sorts of new sessions and new ways of delivering to you. And get ready. 2, 1, up you come. Down you go. So we plan to continue the delivery of live sessions once we resume back after the summer break. But we'll keep you posted with that. So just check out the channel and you'll see the various things that we'll be doing. And get ready. 2, 1, and up we go. And down. So what I want you to do now is take one foot out of the pedals or off the straps, whichever you've got on, and put it onto the down tube. And so push yourself through. Again, you're keeping this at 80 RPM. Just pushing it round. Just keeping it at that same speed, but just working one leg. If you don't actually have straps and you're not in cleats, then you may need to have the other foot just assisting you on the downward stroke, because obviously you're not able to pull up if you've got no straps or cleats attached. So in 10 seconds, get ready to change over. And change. So put your foot in, under control, switch it over, and away you go. Again, same cadence, 80 RPM, pushing it round. Try and ensure you're pushing, pulling in all the directions that you can on that whole of that cycle. Focus on that. And get ready to change again. 2, 1, away you go. Flick it over. And once you're ready, then start spinning again. That's great. Try and keep that same speed. We've got one more to go over. And change feet now. That's it. Keep it going. And what we're going to do now, once we finish this last single leg, we start going back down the other side of the pyramid. So we're actually going to go into the 80 RPMs on with the standing option that we went with just previously. So we're coming back down. We've gone up, we're coming back down the other side now. Keep it going, keep pushing out at 80s. Nearly there. And get that other foot back in. So put your foot in, secure it. Okay. And once you're in, 80 RPM, take it back up again. And get straight back into that rhythm. Good. Keep that cadence going. We said we're going to try and keep it all the way through without any recovery period. And in 5 seconds, up you go. Back down. Keeping it at 80. 10 seconds time, we go back onto our feet. You're working well. Keeping that pace all the time. Up you go. And back down. Try not to drop the speed or the power output. You might be getting a little fatigued now. We've been going for over 20 minutes, so try and keep going. And up you come. Back down. 2 more of these. Keeping that cadence all the way. Excellent. Ten seconds. Up you come. Back down. That's good. Keep working. As I was saying, we're looking to get some more sessions in at the beginning of the next academic year. Myself and Mark will be delivering. I know that James, one of our colleagues, is very keen to get involved and do some delivery as well. So you might have someone else assisting, putting more programs in. So there'll be all sorts of things to look out for. And in 10 seconds, final one. And then we move into the 45 seconds of 80 and then 15 seconds of 120. 2, 1, up you go. Keeping that same speed. And back down. So now we're into the final phase, which is the 80 RPMs and then 120 RPMs. And I was just joined at my window there by a sparrow. It was just tapping at my window and waving. Maybe trying to join in. Or telling me to go quicker, probably. Keep it going. And in 15 seconds, we do that 120 or 100, 120 RPM pulse. And in 5, 2, 1, away you go. So take it up now. Should be a change in speed. First time we've changed speed for a little bit. And back into 80. So let's drop it down, but we're certainly not dropping off. We just keep it at 80. Keep pushing round. And in 15 seconds, we pulse again. Get ready. 2, 1, away you go. Take it up. As I said before, you might want to tuck in for these 15 or all the way through. And recover. When I say recover, I mean 80 RPM. So it's not much of a recovery, really. Come on, you've got 3 minutes to go. And then we can start the cool down. Try not to drop the speed at all. Keep it going. And in 5. And away you go. 15 seconds. Take it up again. And recovering. 80. 2 more. Keep going. It'll be getting hot by now, but it's fine. Just keep going. Ten seconds time. 2, 1. Take it back up again. And back into 80. It's your last minute of hard work. Keep that cadence going. Fifteen seconds. And away you go. 15 seconds work. Come on. Take it up for the last bit. And recover. Nice and steady. Slow it right down. Well done. Well worked. Very good. Nice and easy. Spin those legs. Nice and slow. Take the resistance away if you want. Grab yourself a drink. Just breathe in. Onto your feet. Just stretch it out nice and slowly. Well worked today. Very, very good. And dismount your bike. We'll just do a little bit of stretching. So dismount it safely. And we just stretch your quads out, so the fronts of your legs, just holding your ankle, knee against knee, pushing forwards. So you're stretching out the front of that leg. You might want to lean on a bike to help yourself. Change leg. Nice deep breaths. Fill your lungs with oxygen. Glutes and hamstring. So you've got a bent leg at the back, straight leg in front with your toe raised, and just reach down. And change leg. So again, bend that leg, reach down. And if you can get to your toes, wrap your hands around them. And just stretching out your calves. So you can lean on your machine, just have your leg out behind, keep your ankle flexed and get your foot flat onto the ground. Drop the knee in a little bit, so we're dropping it in, and feel the stretch down the back of that calf and ankle joint. And change leg. And up you come. Shake yourselves out. Do any additional stretches that you think you might need. We will see you on Monday for a yoga and stretch session. Have a great weekend. Bye.